This video is about multiplying and dividing fractions with letters in them. Let's first look at an example without letters in them. 2/3 times 3/4. That's multiplying the numerators and denominators is 6/12, which is the same as 1/2. We could have seen that 1/2 in another way, because the numerator becomes 2 times 3, the denominator 3 times 4, and we see that we can divide the numerator and denominator by 3, and that we can divide the numerator and denominator by 2, and then we end up with 1 in the numerator and 2 in the denominator. I add this because 6/12 is easy to see that it's equal to 1/2, but when we deal with letters, then this example also helps us a lot. Let's look at an example with letters. 2/x times 4/I becomes 2 times 4, or 8/x times y. We cannot simplify this, so this is the result. Another example is x/y times 2/3x. And in this example we're going to use this method, such that we have x times 2 in the numerator and y times 3 times x in the denominator. We can now see that we can divide both the numerator and the denominator by x, such that we end up with 2/3y. A third example, 2a/3b times ab/4. We write it down as 2 times a times a times b in the numerator and 3 times b times 4 in the denominator. We can now see that we can divide both the numerator and the denominator by b, and we can divide both the numerator and the denominator with 2. Then the 2 vanishes and the 4 becomes 2. We are then left with a² in the numerator and 6 in the denominator, which we can also write down as 1/6 times a². When we do have the choice, we often choose to write down a fraction with letters in them, such that the letters are behind the fraction. Another thing we can do with fraction is divide by them. And there's a rule that says that dividing by a fraction is multiplying with its reciprocal. So in this case, 3 divided by 1/2 is the same as 3 multiplied by 2/1. Well, 2/1 is just 2, so 3 times 2/1 is the same as 6. Similarly, 2/3 divided by 1/3 is 2/3 multiplied by 3/1, which is the same as 2 times 3 divided by 3 times 1. We can see that we can divide the numerator and the denominator by 3, and we are left with 2/1, or simply 2. If it works without letters, it works with letters as well. 1/x divided by 2/y is 1/x times the reciprocal of 2/y, which is y/2, and that is the same as y/2x. One more example. 2a/3b divided by 4ab/3 becomes 2a/3b times 3/4ab. This is the same as 2 times a times 3/3 times b times 4 times a times b. We can see that we can divide both the numerator and the denominator by 3, and we can divide them both by a. Thirdly, we can divide them both by 2, then this becomes 1 and 4 becomes 2. Then we're left with 1/2b b squared. There's 2 left from the 4 and then 2 more b's, so 2b squared. In summary, we can multiply fractions with letters the same way we can multiply fractions without letters. We have to simplify those fractions, and the easiest way to do it is before you multiply everything, because before you multiply everything you can more easily see which factors the numerator and the denominator have in common. Dividing fractions also works the same with letters as it does with just numbers. Dividing by a fraction is multiplying with its reciprocal. So if you have to divide by a fraction, you change the division with a multiplication and you change the fraction into its reciprocal. And then you multiply them by using the multiplication rules.